Hello and welcome to Quilceda Stadium. Tonight, the Marysville-Pilchuck Tomahawks host the Marysville-Getchell Chargers. Hello everybody and welcome to Tulalip TV. Tonight MP hosts Getchell, and my name is Robert Watson. I'm joined today by my co-host Drew Hatch. Drew, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So far MP in the last 6 years has won 6 straight versus this Getchell team in the Berry Bowl. What is it going to take this year for Getchell to get into it?
Got to have good defense for, got to hang in there tough for the night, and they got to get the option play really going tonight.
Absolutely, because they only scored 3 points last year, and so let's see if they can make more happen this year. The coach had mentioned one of the things he needs to look out for, the coach of MP, is that this Getchell team runs the option play, and we'll see if that maybe tricks MP and they get some big plays out of it this year. But last year was a blowout, like it has been many years. Right now they're doing introductions, and they just introduced Jordan Justice. He's going to be one to look to in this game for MP. Last year he was part of that 3 running back committee, and he's a senior this year.
Yeah, he's just a good athlete.
Here's some highlights of last year of those players themselves.
Speaking of Jordan Justice, there he goes right there with a pick and a big hit.
Yeah, there were some big plays last year. Yeah, so we got Jordan Justice. He's seen a lot of big plays there from last year. He'd done some big things. And here's the thing is, he wasn't even the star of the team at that point. There were many other players in that backfield. There was Trenton Hurst, and there was Brian Sanders, who accounted for over 300 yards rushing. Take a look at the Marysville-Getchell cheerleaders there, trying to get their team hyped up, and themselves, that is. You hear they just introduced Josiah Kilmer. He was one that the coaches had mentioned to keep an eye out for tonight. He's a junior quarterback.
His brother played quarterback at Getchell when I played here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Keep an eye on him, see if he can make the family proud.
Are registered with the Washington Interscholastic Activities Association. Their experience and integrity qualify them to administer the rules of this game. An attitude of good sportsmanship should be upheld by all spectators, players, and coaches, no matter what their feelings or loyalties may be in the contest. We would also like to remind you that the use of any alcohol or tobacco products on public school property is prohibited by law. All Westco athletic events should be free of foul, abusive language, or obscene gestures, displays of affection not appropriate in a public school setting, obscene or indecent clothing, any disruption to the progress of the game by fans' actions or unauthorized persons on the field.
Yeah.
Let's welcome to the field your Getchell Chargers! In appreciation to our staff at Marysville-Getchell High School, our football team has selected an honorary team captain for tonight's home game. Tonight, the team has selected Shannon Grandboys as our honorary football team captain for tonight's game. Let's give her a big Charger hand of appreciation. Shannon Grandboy.
All right, we're going to have kickoff underway shortly. Each year, Marysville-Getchell and Marysville-Pilchuck switch off for the Berry Bowl on who's considered the home team this year. So Marysville-Getchell's Chargers are actually considered the home team.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And at this time, will you please rise for the parading of the colors? Remove your hats and join in singing our national anthem.
We'll be back
performed by
with you
Cadet
shortly after the
Alyssa
national anthem.
Ador. Presenting the colors this evening is the Marysville School District NJROTC Color Guard, led by Cadet Kevin Crumney. Please remain standing until the Color Guard has stepped off the field.
see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad drapes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hey, Chargers fan, it's time for Charger football!
All right, we're about to get started here. Be 12 minutes on the clock for the first quarter. Teams huddling up one last minute before kickoff. It's good to be back here, huh, Drew?
Yeah, it is. Exciting night.
So we mentioned last year, only 3 points was scored by Chargers, and it was right before the half. That was sophomore Cameron Hazelwood, right before the half, kicked a 31-yard field goal. I remember when that happened. We're happy for the Chargers. Like, there you go, guys.
Yep,
Because they were struggling that first half. They finally got the ball moving. Couldn't get a touchdown, but at least they got that field goal. A little spirit booster before the second half started. They just couldn't contain this MP team. So MP is coming into this game 5-0. They are undefeated. The only true test they got was week 1. It was 17-14 win over Snohomish. And since then, they've just pretty much been rolling, 42-0, 34-7, and so on.
Yeah, they've been rolling through teams, it looks like.
You want to tell us a little bit about this Ferndale team that they're facing next week?
Yeah, their state ranking currently is number 30, and for their Division 3A, they're ranked number 5 right now in the state.
Yeah, that's going to be a close game, or it should be. Our state ranking, MP state ranking is 32, and the Washington 3A ranking is 7. So that's going to be a pretty good contest. As you can see, keys of the game we mentioned earlier, Jordan Justice. We've seen some highlights earlier, Dylan Cook and Dylan Carson.
Dylan Cook last year had 2 interceptions in just the second half alone. He's looking to have another. There he is right there on the screen.
Yeah, Jordan Justice did his thing too there.
Yeah, he did. He had about 50 all-purpose yards, and he scored a touchdown to go with it.
Yeah, that's saying a lot considering he already had, we mentioned earlier, Brian Sanders and Trenton Hurst were running backs also, and they totaled together over 300 yards and 2 touchdowns themselves. You know what I mean? So he's going to be able to take on a lot of that, see if he could, take over that workload tonight. And we have kickoff by the Chargers. It's a short kick. That goes off Jay Gray. MP's able to jump on it. The way that was bobbling around, I was starting to think maybe the Chargers were going to end up scooping that thing up. It'd be the longest onside kick I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
All right, about to get started here. This is Elwood under center. Hands the ball off to Dylan Carson. It's like a decent little pickup, 5 or 6 yards. Jake Elwood, 6'2", kind of what you want in a quarterback, be able to see over some big linemen, you know.
Yeah, they do got a big line this year.
That's Dylan Cook. You see he'll be on the bottom of the screen. Wide receiver. Man in motion. That's Jordan Justice. Gets the ball around the outside. Good move. Gets about a good 13-yard run.
On the tackle, number 6, Garrett Devereaux.
So Jordan Justice, he had a wide receiver there. Got him on the little sweep, pretty much.
First down for the Tomahawks.
I think they had him lined up as a running back that play.
Oh, okay.
Using
He
them
just
all
looked
over,
far
huh?
enough all over. Yeah. Yeah, he's listed as running back, but I think sometimes they're going to split him on the outside and get that handoff to really get that, or even maybe as a reverse later, you know.
Yeah.
A little confusion on who's in the game. That's tribal member Tyler Hatch. The receiver at the bottom of the screen there. I thought for a second he was going to try to keep the ball himself before handing it off to Dylan Carson.
Getchell D-line all over that play.
Dylan Carson gain of about 1. Tackle by number 32, Max White.
Tackle by 32, Max White.
For the Tomahawks.
215-pound senior. As Getchell fans you've seen up in the stands there on the home side today. Dylan Carson in the backfield. That's Jay Gray in motion. And he picks up a few. We have third down. Jay Gray, who on the kickoff, the short kickoff, was a little upset with himself but the ball took a weird bounce. I mean, what are you going to do, right? You don't expect it to be coming to you that short.
Yeah, he kind of muffed it up at the beginning, but he got on top of it.
A 3rd and 5 for the Tomahawks.
You know, the first thing, especially if you're upset with yourself over a little play, the best thing to do is get the ball back in your hands. You know, get that confidence back up. And that's Jordan Justice past midfield for the first down. Picks up the important third down.
Number 9, Jordan Justice after a Tomahawk first down. Number 6, Garrett Devereaux on the tackle.
There's a quick look at Marysville-Getchell Chargers cheerleaders there. Looks like they're trying to play kind of a hurry-up offense. Number 6 up top needs to be careful. He's not offside. Oh, he's good. Speaking of, pass was behind him. That was Dylan Cook. Little short slant.
Intended receiver number 5, Dylan Carson.
Play could have picked up at least 5 if it wasn't thrown behind him there. See if he can make that adjustment and settle down. You know, beginning of the game, everybody's excited. You're just pumped up. That's to Gray. He'll pick up a few.
Number 4, Jay Gray on the carry.
Looks like Philip Mellamy was in there on the tackle for Getchell.
Up about 4 yards.
Number 4 on the tackle, landing John Wilson. With help from number 59.
And we have a 3rd down and 6. 3rd down again. This is going to be important for Getchell to step up and make a stop here and see if they can do it or if MP comes through on 3rd down once again. Looks like some confusion in the backfield.
And they got him for a loss.
Got him for a loss. It'll be a loss of about 3 yards. That'll be 3rd and 9. At about midfield.
4th and 9.
Or excuse me, 4th and 9. I don't see a punt team out there though. Little confidence perhaps in this, unless the quarterback's also the punter. But hey, with high school ball, you're about midfield. You know,
He's
you
under
can maybe
center.
make it
Looks like
happen.
They're going to run a play here.
Drops back, puts it high. This is for number 6, Cook,
Ooh.
just over his head. And Chargers take over. Considering how the last 6 years have gone for him, this has got to be a confidence booster. You know what I mean?
Good
Give it a
start
chance
for him.
Yep, get a
him off
chance
the
in the
field
first
early.
quarter. See what they can do. And you know, each year it's a whole different team. You know, it's not a team that stays together. When you have seniors and they leave, especially dominant force like they were last year, even though they are 5-0 this year, you lose some big players.
Yeah, you do, for sure.
First and 10 for the Chargers.
Should be Josiah Colmer under center. Hands off with some hard running, about 6 yards there.
Number 48, Sean Smith.
Michael
on the carry.
McPherson on the tackle.
On the tackle, number 44,
I believe that was number 48, Sharon Smith, running the ball. A 5'11", 220 pounds, seemed like a wrecking ball junior.
For the Chargers.
Has him listed as fullback, but he might have stayed back there as tailback the whole time. Yep.
Quarterback keeper. Lincoln Davis on the tackle, tribal member.
Yeah, he had me juked for a second. I thought he handed it off. Good eye.
Number 48, Sean Smith on the carry. Stopped by number 8.
See? PA announcer even said Sharon Smith with the run. We both got juked.
Austin Diaz.
Ball on the 45-yard line, 3rd down and short. Very important play here. Pitch. He's got a beat on it, but no gain. Maybe even a half-yard loss. Yep, no gain, 4th down.
Number 16 on the carry.
That was 16 Aiden Vertigo.
Penalty flag down.
5'11" junior. Plays wide receiver and cornerback on defense. They placed that ball quite a bit further back than I thought he had landed. Did we have a 5-yard penalty that just took place at Amore? There was, yes. 5-yard penalty. I'm not sure what it was over. I wasn't listening very well. But it takes it to third and 7. Hikes looking to his right, rolling out, looking for somebody. Nobody's open. MP is saying that they picked it, and refs agree. Ball is on their own 42. There is now a flag. I wonder if there was maybe some extracurricular activity after the play. Tough to say because that flag just came out very late.
Dylan Cook on the pick.
That flag's probably going to be on Dylan.
Yeah, throwing the ball down.
Unfortunate, yeah. A little excited. I think it's the pink socks. I wear pink socks. I get a little wild, you know.
He still should get the interception, though.
Oh, absolutely. Interception with the take him back after.
It's after the interception. The interception will stand.
Coaches may have a little word with him after that. I don't think they're going to be too happy about that.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
But that's after the compliment on the pick. All right, Jake Elwood under center. Cook at the bottom of your screen. Jay Gray kind of as an offset back over there.
Got sweep going around the end.
That's Jordan Justice.
Looks like he might
be off to the races. Nice move inside.
Oh, he could go.
I don't think he's going to get caught, and it is a touchdown, barring any flags, and I do not see any on the field. 6-0.
Great block in there.
And great move on the end to put that juke on and then just put them afterburners on and nobody can catch him. Thank you for the replay. Here's a good shot from the sideline here.
Good blocking across the board.
That was the tail of the tape last year. Let's say Getchell holds them, just monster plays.
Mm-hmm.
That 300 yards rushing last year wasn't picked up by 2 and 3 yarders.
Yeah.
It was 2, 3, 3, 55 yards. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They were getting them in chunks. So field goal was good. Extra point was good. 7-0 game. 5:29 left here in the first quarter. MP does a great job of when they get to the outside. For when they have the speed from the runners, and as you mentioned, just great blocking. And then at that point, your running backs and your receivers don't really even need to be that fast if they're reading those blocks correct and just being patient, letting those blocks take place, and then hitting those gaps, you know.
Yep, being
a
patient.
lot of times,
off.
exactly. A lot of times, younger people especially, they just instead of being patient, waiting for those blocks, they just want to get it and run. And next thing you know, you're out running your blocks.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. He did a good job being patient and letting it develop,
Mm-hmm.
and then knew when to turn it on.
Help our custodial staff by taking your concession wrappers to the trash receptacles. Thank you. Number 16, Aiden Vertigo, and number 19, Riley Chamberlain, back to receive.
MP ready to kick off here.
And kicking off for the Tomahawks, number 10, Edgar Martinez.
It's number 10, Edgar Martinez, 5'10" senior, going to kick the ball off. Pretty cool night here. Clear skies, 51 degrees. Little bobble on picking that up. Number 35, good tackle there, Austin Diaz.
Yeah, he squared him up. That was a nice play there for Diaz.
Number 19, Riley Chamberlain on the carry. On the tackle, number 27, number 35, Austin Diaz.
So once again in the backfield, we have 48 Sharon Smith. You want to keep an eye on him. He seemed to be a bruiser, but if you don't get that blocking, it don't matter. You get gang tackles. Let's see if you get some blocking for him and it makes some moves back there. That's number 33 in motion, but they do, option play.
Kyle Nyblood on the good read.
And that's Austin Byron on the run, a 5'9" senior. As you can see here, an option play. Doesn't hand it off. Boom. I say option, but I believe it's just a fake. I don't think he ever planned on handing it off, right?
Yeah, no. Just a pitch.
It was an option. There isn't much option when you're not looking. Second and 14. Dropping back to pass. It was a running back screen, I believe, but it just never came to fruition. Kind of a short pass. Never quite got there to him. Looks like he had blockers. He was shooting for number 10, Philip Mellamy. That's the thing with those, when a quarterback drops back, and they have a habit of when they're dropping back to either throw off their back foot so they don't put more stank on that football to get it there. Next thing you know, it ends up around their feet, and that's some things they clean up at college and whatnot. Setting your base prior to your throw. He put everything behind that and got just enough on it. It looks like he'd stepped out of bounds. I think they are calling it a catch.
I was almost wanting to call a pick there.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be. Thank you for the replay here. He puts it up. Nice, but it looks like he stepped out after the catch, so they are crediting him with it, but it's still 4th and 10 in their own territory, and it looks like they are punting 4th and 7. Yeah, it should be 4th and 10 here. On their own 18. Good punt. Getchell should probably jump on that. It's rolling their direction. There we go. By the way the punt was going, I thought it was going to be jumping downfield, but boy, that thing took a nasty bounce about 5 yards back towards Marysville-Getchell.
For the Tomahawks at the 47-yard line.
As much as Getchell would like to use a misdirection like what they did with that pitch on the first play on first down, I'm not sure if that's a game you want to play with this MP team. I think you just need to be moving just forward, hit that line as quick as possible. I don't know if we want to play around in the backfield too much against this MP team.
Yeah, they're moving downhill, that's for sure. Making good plays in the backfield.
Pilchuck, there's contact. MP going down. Looks like they're saying it was unintentional, and maybe both players are looking for the ball. Huh? Saying just incidental contact, I believe. I guess it depends on which fans you're talking to and what you see.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I know if a guy's faster than me, might be looking incidental. I'd just be weaving that way right into his legs. What are you talking about? We're both looking back. Dylan Carson in the backfield. And that's a handoff to Gray again, Jay Gray.
Wrapped up in the backfield.
Good tackle.
Good pursuit to the ball, too. They had a couple guys right there.
So I know we mentioned Jordan Justice early on, but it's Dylan Carson who they were having lined up as their main running back, and they've been utilizing Justice, but as a receiver on reverse plays or sweep plays of that nature. And it works because they're getting him to the outside.
Getting him into space.
So Dylan Carson basically just taking place of either Hurst or Brian Sanders from last season.
There he is right there. Looks like they were in the trap.
Yeah, that looked like nice blocking schemes. Let's take a look at that. Great job. Was that number 55? You seen pull and take him out on the back end, really let him squeeze through there. See big Corbin Leifer there, number 71, big fella down there.
Yeah, he's
6'4",
massive.
320. Another running back. Great hole through
they
there.
ran the same play.
Beautiful hole, and he's just hitting that gap.
They got Taryn Pablo right there playing tight end for Marysville-Pilchuck, number 33. He's also their starting middle linebacker.
Senior Lincoln Davis. Haven't heard his name called very much yet, but last year I remember calling his name quite a bit. He was a force last year. Maybe keep an eye on him. He's number 45. Played tight end and defensive end. Last year on defense, he was just an animal.
Yeah, he was.
Going deep, there's more contact again. They're saying it's coincidental. At that point, it did look to me like Dylan Cook just straight ran into the back of the Getchell player.
Yeah, he might have got tripped up there.
Because if he had to run around him, I don't know if he would have made there in time. So he just kept booking straight forward. The only problem is there was a Getchell player right in front of him. So we have 2nd and 10. MP's doing a good job mixing it up, going deep, keeping them honest back there, and that's how you're setting up your run. Fake handoff down the middle, and you get that reverse, as I mentioned, or excuse me, not reverse, but
Sweep.
just that sweep. Jordan Justice lining him as receiver, so he's just getting that momentum prior to getting that handoff. Good,
That
smart.
play's been working for him.
Good, smart choice by coach. If it works for him, and you utilize that, and then later on maybe they set that up for reverse.
Yeah, I was just
or
going to say they'll set
misdirection.
it up and maybe hand off that trap play going right up the middle.
Or hit Gray going the other way for that reverse. Next thing you know, there's nobody over there because they're busy chasing Justin. Or excuse me, Jordan.
On the handoff, number 5, Dylan Carson.
They're giving him a few yards
With no gain.
of momentum there.
Stop, number 10, Philip Maloney.
Looked like no gain, but I believe they're giving him forward progress. A couple yards.
With help from number 33, Austin Myron.
He faked the kneel. Cutting back cross field. Little juke move, spin. Jake Elwood, I was kind of confused by the call. He acted as if he was going to down it. It looks like he almost downed it.
Looked like it was designed for that. He left his knee a couple inches off the ground.
Yeah.
Never seen that one before.
I'd just be so careful doing that. I'd probably let the ref know, just whisper to him, I'm not kneeling it. You know what I mean? Because you don't want him to accidentally blow the whistle thinking that you know. You're like, no, it's our play.
Yeah.
So I'd probably whisper to him, yo, man, don't blow that whistle. Yeah. It's about 3rd and 4 right now. That was a great job of him. Decided to reverse field and head back up. Just got caught on that spin move. That's Gray in motion. Not sure who got the handoff. Do you? No, it's too quick. Is that probably Jordan Justice?
Yep.
I was going to call it, but I didn't see the number. I didn't want to be wrong.
4th and short.
They have a very good field goal kicker. Nope, they're going for it, though. Oh, excuse me, 4th and 1. I thought it was 4th and 4. 4th and 1, it's right there. If that, looks like a half yard. Keeper, quarterback keeper. And it looks like they are definitely giving it to him. It's a couple yards up. And that is 1st and goal. With less than 1 minute to play in this first quarter.
Calling it down on the 2-yard line. Keep his feet chugging. There he goes out the back.
Look at Nate Elwood and Austin Albee were right there just pushing the pile forward. When you see them 3 yards, 4 yards downfield, you know that something's going on down there. Chargers stop him at the line there.
On the carry, number 5, Dylan Carson.
2nd and goal.
On the stop by all the interior defensive linemen on the stop.
For Getchell, number 58, Ryan Kaminsky is checking into the game.
Brings up 2nd
Junior
and 10
guard.
yards to go for the Tomahawks.
There they go. Back to the sweep.
Yep, sweep, and that's
They got in. Touchdown.
On the sweep,
Yep,
number
Jordan
9,
Justice.
Jordan Justice and a touchdown.
He's got both touchdowns.
2nd touchdown of the day.
That sweep play's been working for him. They'll probably be doing
Absolutely.
it all night until they can stop him.
I think he's probably got about 6 of those so far. 2 of the 6 going for touchdowns. And extra point. Almost blocked by Getchell. But it's through the uprights, 14-0.
No good.
Oh, it is wide. Excuse me. 13-0. Maybe the Getchell player getting back there. Charger player maybe threw him off with the kick. It looked like it was good from up here. So we have a 13-0 game. See the MP fans over there with the cheerleaders having a good time.
If you are 65 years or older and live in the Marysville School District,
I'm sure MP is going to want to keep with this pace and keep running up the score like this, but want to see Getchell come back and really put a good fight up.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Getchell move the ball downfield. They had a great stop in the first quarter, got the ball back. Unfortunate interception. There was really no one to throw to. He was trying to make something happen. I don't blame him, when there's nothing there. It was actually not too bad. It was just kind of trying to lob it over, but
a little short. Yeah.
He got some hops. You ain't gonna make it happen. He had another scary one on the short side here, but just put enough on that one. So it's just about managing that touch on it. If your receivers aren't getting the separation, it's about getting those touch passes just right in those right spots, and that's a tough order. Edgar Martinez to kick. He's up to the 20. Tries to cut back. Nothing there. Down about the 22-yard line.
number 16, Aiden Vertigo on the return.
That's Aiden Vertigo with the return.
Maro Behar on the tackle.
And number 22, Mario Bizar on the spot. Chargers take over 1st and 10.
All right, 10 seconds left in this first quarter. Man in motion.
Ooh, almost got him short.
Mm-hmm.
Rally around though and get him for short gain.
Pickup of 2, but that's playing with fire when you're pitching 3-4 yards back against this MP team. I'd like to see them maybe try to get it over their heads a little bit, and make them not stack the box so much and line up against you up there. So, all right, end of the first quarter. MP Tomahawks up against MG Chargers, 13-0 at the time. Look at the fans rocking their. See that Tulalip TV flag flying there. See some tribal members, family members up there come to support their team. Big turnout for Berry Bowl every year.
Yes, yes.
And we'll be back in the second quarter shortly. Thanks for joining us on Tulalip TV. We actually have a graphic to show you first. First of all, great look at the bay there. As you can see, thanks for joining us on Tulalip TV. Catch us on Tulalip Broadband Channel 3503 or tulaliptv.com. Also, search for Tulalip TV on the Fire TV and Roku app also. If you have Roku on your TV. Also, Facebook Live. Join us in many different avenues. There's another look at the crowd.
Chargers ball, 2nd down.
And we're about underway here for the second quarter. Change sides of the field. Man in motion. Have a pitch, and it looks like it's going to be a short gain. It's going to be about 3rd and 4.
On the carry for the Chargers, number 33, Austin Byron. On the tackle, number 3, Zion Bortello. And number 33, Aaron Pablo.
That was Austin Byron on the carry there.
Taryn Pablo on the tackle.
5'10" senior tribal member. Depending on his arm strength, these receivers are really spread out far. This is a huge 4-man spread offense.
I was just going to say, they'll probably end up running it to spread the defense out, open that middle up.
I was thinking the same thing, because if they're stacking the box, you're like, we need to get these guys out of here. But then at that point, it really comes down in the trenches there. Need to get that, the bodies on them.
And that's what Getchell's done for years. They run the spread to open up the run game, and they like to pass it too. Almost quite the opposite of MP, huh? Where they like to run the ball downhill.
Yeah, exactly. 4th and 6, and we have a punt coming.
And to receive for the Tomahawks, number 6, Dylan Cook.
The punt is off. Dylan Cook trying to run it down. It's going to bounce first. He's going to stay clear of it. And ball's down about the 32-yard line, 33.
No return on the punt. Tomahawks take over first down from their 35-yard line.
We have a running clock. It's 10:05 and running at the moment is what we have on our screen. Oh, 10:15, excuse me.
Clock
on the clock here at the stadium. So, first down and 10 on the 34. That's Jordan Justice in motion.
Sweep. Getchell seeming to pick up on it a little bit. Maybe MP switches it up and runs a counter.
The thing is when I was watching him run to the outside, it looks like it wasn't designated to one certain hole. He skipped the first one, hit the second, but also if he didn't like that, there was also even to the very edge. So it seemed like it was just an option of him, or whichever hole opens up out of those 3.
Yeah.
That's way too many options to give a team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's tough. They're big bodies down there, and you're just doing your best to, as far as those holes, to stop the bleeding and just get them to close up. And
There's
just as
the
we
trap
talked about
play
it,
right there, right up the middle. Good run for Dylan.
tries to cut it back to the
Dylan
other
Carson
side, and
on a
he's
good run.
taken down. Big run, though.
There's that counter.
Jake Elwood going to the sideline. Oh, he's coming back out.
I think he's the one that's been running in plays. Usually they have wide receivers running them in, but I think it's been the quarterback.
Oh, okay. They must feel his cardio is doing okay. Go wearing out your quarterback. I think it's good he's not a mobile quarterback all the time.
Yeah.
That's
around.
Gray.
Found a nice seam. Uh-oh.
That was a great move, cutting in between those two tacklers.
That was a good run. Good vision.
Yeah. He just, I wasn't sure if he was going to get through there, but he made the move and just, he what they call got skinny.
Yep.
You know, it's a hole you shouldn't be able to hit, and you're actually able to watch this cutback.
He's very elusive there.
Look at that, yeah. 19 trying to make it 20-0 with 9:10 left here in the second quarter.
Oh, now he's got to hold the kick, breathing hard.
See if it'll affect the hold at all.
Kick is good.
It's good. It's a 20-0 game. MP students there having a great time over there.
Homeless women and children in Marysville. With oversight from Volunteers of America, this shelter offers programs to help residents.
So last year, the Chargers had Caleb Kilmer at the helm. 100 passing yards, some rushing yards too to accompany it. And we have Josiah Kilmer back there today.
His little brother.
Mm-hmm. Also, last year, senior Ryan King had 40 all-purpose yards, 10 tackles, and a forced fumble, and senior Dylan Rice. So those are just some of the names that the Chargers don't have to use this year. So it's about those other guys doing their part, maybe stepping up, see if they can fill some shoes. Big shoes to fill, though. Talked to Coach prior to the game of Marysville-Getchell, and he said they want to control the clock, play assignment football, and win the turnover battle. Unfortunately, had a turnover, and those assignments are tough when those holes are tough to fill, you know. Big holes being made by big dudes down in the trenches is tough to deal with. But that's why he means assignments. You know, at least the linebackers may be making sure that they're stuffing those holes when those are made and whatnot if the linemen are being controlled. Or the safety stepping up and then hoping you're not getting beat over the top, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Keys to the game for MP had mentioned control the line of scrimmage, which they've done, discipline on defense, and stop the option game of Getchell. Landon Olson. It's a quick pass, about a gain of a yard or so.
Good pursuit of the ball from MP.
Mm-hmm. I would like to see more plays like that, maybe a little out routes or something, just to give yourself some separation from all this activity you got in the middle of the field and very fast, very big people, and maybe take a chance over the top. If you get the time. I know if with the MP rush too, you got to do it quick, but it'll at least keep the defense honest and not get them up on the line as tough as they are.
Yeah, they have really condensed the defense down, being just 3 running backs and, you know, running it straight up middles and whatnot. It would be nice, like you said, spread that defense out a little bit.
Yeah, take the shots. Especially 3rd and 8, you need to pick up 8. Haven't been able to get it up the middle. See if you can make something happen with the pass here. Rolling out left. Good job. Puts a little juke on, gets past the first man, down. But it isn't going to be enough. Just going to be a couple yards short. I like the effort, though.
Yeah.
Good job of redirecting himself to the backside there. Looks like he's maybe hurting a little bit.
On the tackle, number 33, Karen Pablo. With help from number 22, Mauro.
That's Taryn Pablo on the tackle.
Brings up a 4th down.
4th and about 2, and they're going to punt. I wouldn't mind seeing a fake. Oh,
bad snap.
Bad snap, but here's it.
Oh, he didn't get on it.
Getchell got on it. About the fake, I'm starting to wonder because that thing looked like it almost took a 45-degree angle, like it was supposed to be a direct snap to the running back, and he's supposed to take off with it.
Yeah, it did look like it went right over his head.
Mm-hmm. It didn't go straight back. That thing came out at an angle. I was like, I think it was supposed to be a fake.
The Chargers 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Tomahawks.
Tomahawks are great field positioning.
Yeah, when I figured a fake, I wasn't expecting the ball to be 15 yards further back on your own territory either. But I don't think Getchell was either. Otherwise, that was a part of the plan, so I get it. And more motion. Oh, and over the top. He's there all alone.
Jordan Justice
fell for it underneath and right there.
His 3rd touchdown on the night. He's having a great night.
Yes. 1 receiving, 2 running. And here's the thing is he's not even getting a bulk of the touches. You know, Dylan Carson is. And so is Gray. They're doing a great job of running. He's just really capitalizing on all the opportunities that are given to him.
Extra point attempt holding number 4, Jay Gray. And picking number 10.
26-0, extra points up. It is good, 27-0 game.
6:49 left in the second. Getchell's 1-4. They're just coming off a loss to Arlington, who's 4-1. They barely lost that game, 13-14. So going into this, I had a lot of hope, going, okay, maybe we're going to keep this close, but it's just a tough MP team to deal with. It just goes to show you how good they are when you really compare maybe how they've done against other teams.
And this is an MP team that had a lot of sophomores. Their seniors now were starting as sophomores, so they got a lot of game time now.
Right.
They're out there comfortable, you know, experienced.
And speaking of that Arlington team that just won 14-13 against Getchell, the MP plays them on Friday, October 25th, which we will be airing on Tulalip TV, so join us on that night.
Kicking off for the Tomahawks, number 10, Edgar Martinez. Back to receive, number 16, Aiden Vertigo, and number 19, Riley Chamberlain.
And that game will take place in Arlington, be the home team.
Good open field tackle, Mauro Behar again.
16, Aiden Vertigo on the return. And number 22 on the tackle.
Almost looked like Aiden Vertigo was going to get out of that for a second.
Yeah, a couple times tonight I've thought that maybe they're able to get out of it, and it just doesn't happen. We're on the opposite side. MP looks like maybe they're going to get tackled, and they're able to get out of it. You know, it's just those subtle little things, those such subtle little moves. Josiah fakes the handoff, puts it up, thinking there was going to be a man out there, maybe a miscommunication on where their route was going to be run by the receiver. Or nonchalant, yep. I was about to say or nonchalant, just get rid of the ball, and it looks like we have an intentional grounding due to no receiver being there.
I was waiting for them to call that. I didn't see a flag go down.
I was wondering too. High school fans, like, are they going to pull it out of him? Yeah, they got him. He popped his head up like he expected someone to be there, though, or maybe that's what you do when you intentional ground and you.
Yeah.
What? That guy, he was supposed to cut right, you know, pleading your case over there.
Yeah.
After the penalty ball on the 10-yard line, second down.
That makes it about 2nd and 22, I believe. Maybe a little longer.
Incomplete pass for the Chargers.
That's number 16, Aiden Vertigo, off his fingertips. Ball had a little heat on it, was a little high, but it looked catchable, just a tough catch, you know. And we're really trying to get hit in stride, especially when a man running up on you, to be able to make a football move on him after a juke or something, where even if he caught it, it would again, you know, 4 or 5 yard gain, but there was an MP guy there due to not just being the fluid pass. Timeout called. It's deemed 3rd and 19, actually.
By the Chargers.
Timeout by Getchell. And we'll take a look at the Getchell roster here. As we mentioned earlier, Josiah Kelmer there. Got Tristan Hopkins, tribal member, defensive end, senior out there.
Cristiano's defensive driving school, E&E Lumber in Marysville. Excellent choice Augustine.
Handful of seniors on this team, but boy,
Marysville-Getchell High School appreciates
MP only has so many in comparison.
and athletic boosters.
And we have Coach Davis Lura of this Getchell team. Aiden Vertigo, you see there, wide receiver, junior. We've called his name a few times tonight. But, you know, it's just been few and far between for the highlights, unfortunately. Things just haven't gone their way. And it just starts with, you know, down on that line, it's just tough to handle. And that affects all areas of the game. Affects your passing game, running game, option game. All right, 3rd and 19. They're hoping for something big here. He's got time. Puts it up. There's a reception. Gets about 6 yards out of it or so. And that'll be 4th and 13 or so.
Looks like he was tackled by Mauro Behar again. He's had some good
Been all over the place.
tackles this year. Or this game, sorry.
Yeah. And we have a punt coming with Dylan Cook back there to receive.
Number 6, Dylan Cook.
It's deep to the other side. It's probably going to take a bounce. He can get that. And he's going to give up on it because there's just too many Getchell players getting close there. Good punt.
That one caught a good bounce.
Yeah. So 27-0, 5:49 left in the half. See if Getchell can put a stop on. Last thing they want is for this MP team to put up some more points prior to the half, but the trend has been that way. Referee timeout here. They're figuring something out real quick. I believe he's getting substitutions figured out here. While the MP crowd, get a little chanting going on. I could tell they're young out there because it's about 49 degrees and they're wearing tank tops.
Yeah.
Parents will be yelling at him any minute now. Look at Dylan Cook. Been targeted a couple times tonight, but overall been kind of quiet compared to the other players. Especially last year. Last year on defense is actually where he did his part. Interception by the Chargers. Great move on the ball there. It was low. Is that Garrett Devereaux?
Looks like it, yeah.
Garrett Devereaux, senior.
Good jump on the ball. Looked like the pass was a little low and a little behind.
Good heads-up play by him. Because on top of that, you need a little incentive for your team. Somebody get hyped up about if he would have maybe had a chance at that and dropped it, it would have just been demoralizing. Going, can anything go our way? So good on you, Garrett. And he's still on the field. He's in the slot there on the bottom of your screen. We have a flag. Could be a false start penalty here. Yep, false start on the offense. Not what you want when you're trying to get things moving, get some momentum going your way. I sometimes feel that way when I'm watching a Seahawks game.
Yeah.
First down and 15.
They've been looking good this year, though.
Yeah, yeah. All right, 1st and 15 to see if they can get through this adversity they put themselves in here. Throw ball's a little short there.
Just couldn't quite catch it.
Trying to find Landon Olson.
Number 4, Landon Olson, incomplete pass. Will bring up 2nd down for the Chargers.
5:37 left in the second. 2nd and 15. You know, I like the idea when the running game just isn't working. I like this idea of getting the passes out there. Give yourself a chance to just make a juke or a move and get past one guy as opposed to getting past a box of six dudes across from you that are having their way so far due to their size and speed.
Seems like when they spread their offense out, they're getting better runs in there and whatnot to spread that D out. But
true, better chance there too.
I think MP is still staying kind of true to what they do and in tight because they know that them runs are going to come. They're trusting their guys to win their one-on-ones.
And that's what Coach mentioned, discipline on defense and just staying, with your assignment. Here's a look at the MP roster here. multiple tribal members out there tonight while we're here on Toilet Up TV. Taylor Hatch, Taryn Pablo, Lincoln Davis, Isaiah Woods, Carbon Leifer, Curtis Chuckle Nasket, Isaiah Moses, Jesse Hatch. Jay Gray doing a good job out there tonight. Dylan Cook trying to get involved, you know, with the return game. It just keeps not bouncing his way. You know, they're kicking away from him. Probably a good thing to do.
They're giving him some targets, too, just not quite making it.
Edgar Martinez, out of the 4 extra points, has only missed 1. So, you know, doing good there. All right, 2nd and 15. See if they're going to try to make this 3rd down shorter and hand this off, or stick to the air game. Number 4, good move. Little juke, cuts it inside, and we're going to have 3rd and short.
Seemed like that was going to be an option right there. If that middle linebacker jumped to that running back, then he's going to throw it right behind him into that little slant play. But
good eye.
if the middle linebacker played that slant, he probably would have threw it right to that running back.
So at that point, if you notice that, and he also made that decision, it's a good read also.
Mm-hmm. That's actually a route that MP used to run to.
Philip Mellamy, running back. Oh, quarterback keeper, though. Keeps it. About half a yard short. It's going to be 4th and 1. Or even half a yard or so. On the top of your screen is Landon Olson. Top receiver spread out. I have a feeling they're going to try to stick it to the ground. That's your bigger chances of making it, even though they haven't been successful there tonight. They got their bruiser in the backfield. We actually haven't seen him in a while. They actually were handing off to different people, quarterback keepers, stuff of that nature. Quarterback keeper after the fake handoff. Great move. Kilmer keeps it, and they got a 1st down. Something for the crowd to get pumped up about around here. A little silver lining so far.
Good field positioning. See if they can turn it in some points.
3:55 left in the quarter and running. Almost halftime here. See if they can put some points on the board prior to, without leaving MP with too much time. But when you have 3.5 minutes, at that point, you score. Who cares how much time you leave, right?
Yeah.
Pressure, gets it off just in time. He felt that pressure coming. I was worried either he wasn't stepping far enough up in that pocket, you know, that presence, but he got it out just in time. Oh, no. I believe Kilmer may be down. They may have came down on his legs. I took my eye off of that and watched the ball when it downfield, so hopefully he's okay. It looks like his ankle or his knee he might be struggling with, but he's in some serious pain. I hope he's going to be okay. Everybody taking a knee out of respect, hoping he's all right, and they're checking on him. And that's the thing too, when people are coming in from both sides also, and let's say you're about to throw the ball out of desperation, they could just start scrambling or diving towards you to get a tackle, and unfortunately that may be when these low hits happen. Got tribal member families out there, survivors having a good time, checking out their peeps out here on the field. If he's not able to come back in, I'm not sure who their quarterback will be, but the most important thing is making sure he's all right. He's going to get up under his own power, which is really nice to see.
He's going to have to come off the field, though, so I am curious to see who they're going to put in.
Yeah, and really in this quarter, he started firing some good shots, and the receiver has been catching them, clean routes too.
Just started getting momentum. It's like number 8, Caleb Blanc, is their backup.
Yeah, and I believe I seen him step into the game here.
completed pass was good enough for another Charger first down.
Yep, that is Caleb Blanc stepping into the game. He's stepping into the fire, trying to get a first down right away.
Sweep around the outside.
Hands it off. A lot of speed by number 16.
Ooh, good tackle. Lincoln.
Just
Lincoln
chased
Davis.
down, though.
Like he got a tackle for loss there.
You could tell runner there had a lot of speed, but it's about them angles back there, too. You know, you just cut him off at the pass, and if anything, you force him back inside, and that's where your partner takes him down.
Yeah.
Just don't let him hit that outside. That's when those dangerous things happen, where early on we've seen Jordan Justice go for about 60 yards due to that. You need to contain that outside. If they beat you inside, then it happens. Just don't let them get that outside corner, right?
Got more bodies inside, especially at the end.
Fake handoff there, though, and keeps it himself.
Lincoln
but
Davis, another tackle for loss. 2 in a row.
they're actually fortunate they didn't give him a bigger loss than that because they gave some forward momentum because he got taken back pretty far. 2:25 and counting here in the quarter. Got 3rd and 11 here on. Oh, it says the 15-yard line on the board, but it looks like they need to get down to the 1-yard line for a first down. At that point, it's pretty much 3rd and goal. Let's see if they can make something big happen. Steps back. Big MP rush. He's putting it up on the move and throws it right into the hands of an MP player who is off to the races on the other side. Good tackle. I believe that
Jordan
was Caleb
Velasquez.
I believe that's Caleb Blanc saving the touchdown going the other way.
On the interception, number 2, Jordan Velasquez.
Big interception, 1:45 on the clock. The thing is, too, he knew he was getting chased down, and so when he threw it, I looked in the end zone, I was like, oh, no, there's nobody there. So at that point, it was a elongated punt on a short field. I thought maybe it would be the ball's on the ground. Is that deemed a fumble and the Chargers' ball?
Fumble on the play, recovered.
Looks like it.
Chargers ball. I was just about to say, I wonder if it was going to be a replay of last year where right before the half, Cameron Hazelwood puts up 3 points.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
3 points last year right before the half. It's 1:38 left. It'd be nice to see the Chargers go down and do something, get a touchdown, make this competitive, but I'll take a Hazelwood field goal. He's their highest scoring player last year. See if he can get some points on the board, get some momentum their way. Turnovers can be a killer in a game, but you need to capitalize off them. Otherwise, they're an inconvenience. So, That's Philip Mellamy in the backfield, giving the quarterback some time.
Almost. Almost picked off twice.
Dylan Cook came flying in. We mentioned the 2 interceptions last year.
He wanted them right there.
He read that like a book and came flying in. But even after he almost intercepted it, Getchell still almost got it. Just couldn't get bobbled out of his hands, but still no reception there.
Pass knocked down by number 6, Dylan Cook.
Rolling to the right towards Cook's way again.
Good
Incomplete.
defense.
Yeah, great defense there.
Zion Bothello.
He got there right when the ball got there, too. Great timing.
Intended receiver number 6, Garrett Devereaux, incomplete pass. On the stop, Zion Bothello.
Caleb Blanc getting his cardio in, getting the play call. See Garrett Devereaux there in the slot. .120 left here in the half, 3rd and 10. This is 2-down territory. I don't think you punt from here, no matter what. Got a little room. Puts it up, but
Jordan Justice on the interception.
Jordan Justice trying to make something happen and bring it back, but he's going to be tackled on the 11-yard line.
Wow, he's having a big game.
Yeah. When Caleb Blanc was looking downfield, he put it up, and it's like he expected his man to come back to him. It never happened. He was trying to go over the top, and the only person that read that, the receiver didn't, but Jordan Justice did.
3 touchdowns and an interception tonight in the first half. That's a good game.
Handoff up the middle. It's Jordan Justice. Gain of a few.
Dylan Carson.
Oh, excuse me. Thank you. I'm getting blind up here. I can't see the numbers as well anymore.
On the tackle, number 82, Dominic Andrews.
It's like they called a timeout.
Second and 5 with 57 seconds left in the half.
I wonder, was that MP or Getchell that called timeout? Maybe it was Getchell to see if they can get a turnover or whatnot to maybe score, but
maybe. I'd let that time run personally.
especially if you're MP. That's why I don't know if
yeah.
who called it.
Quarterback keeper.
Sweep.
Sweep.
Jordan Justice.
Jordan
there
Justice.
It goes again.
I said quarterback keeper because I didn't know where the ball went after the fake handoff. No flags on the plate. We have Jordan Justice with 3 rushing touchdowns in the first half and 1 receiving one. That makes it 4.
We were just talking about how big of a game he's having. He adds on to it.
Yeah, and only the interception, but when he was down here and he almost got that pick, that he could have went the other way with that too. Amazing. Well, Chargers are going to have 42 seconds to go downfield and get themselves a touchdown. Looking to make it 34-0 from the leg of Edgar Martinez. Not the first ballot Hall of Famer Mariner. And it's good. 34-0 is the score. That injury to Josiah did not help one bit with the momentum they were trying to get. You know what I mean? That couldn't have happened at the worst time.
Yeah, they were just starting to drive down the field too and getting some good plays. Started throwing the ball and having receivers open. Yeah, not good timing for that. Hopefully he'd come back out in the second half and get the ball rolling again.
Yeah. And it'd still be nice to see him come out just knowing he's okay, because we don't know what's going on with him right now. I haven't seen no update down there. I don't see them working on anybody.
Comfort Solutions in the Point Grill. Back to receive for the Chargers, number 16 in Vertigo, and number 19 O'Reilly Chamberlain. Picking off for the Tomahawks, number 10, Edgar.
And here's kickoff. Right into the hands. Waiting Getchell player. Gets out to about the 31-yard line. And he's going to have 34 seconds, excuse me, to get downfield.
Which will bring up 1st and 10 for the Chargers.
They may just keep it on the ground and not want to risk another, an interception and just see if they can get, lucky and get lucky, because that's a long jaunt to the end zone. and break some tackles or make a move on it. But we'll see what their game plan is here. Because also, if you're trying to pass it and it's incomplete, you're stopping the clock again. You don't want to punt it with any time left if you're stopping the clock over and over each play. Oh, handoff up the middle for about 5 yards. Clock's rolling. Haven't heard a timeout so far. I don't think they're going to call one.
Tripped up by number 33, Karen Pablo, brings up second down for the Chargers.
Clock's running, and I'm wondering if they're going to run a play, it's going to be their last one. They have 3 seconds to hike the ball. They don't get it off in time, and that's the end of the first half. 34-0 ball game here. I think we already know the tale of the tape and what the deciding factor is right now.
Yep. Yeah, Jordan Justice is having one heck of a game, I'll tell you what.
Not only him, but Dylan Carson's having a great game. Jay Gray has gotten some good yardage on the night. It's just been a good job. And here's the thing is, you see all these players, scoring to all this. We always, can't forget Jake Elwood. He's doing a good job back there. He's doing a big job back there, and he's getting these completions and making it happen also. Another look at the MP roster of people we're talking about right now. Doing big things tonight. And here's Marysville-Getchell. Chargers, as we mentioned, number 1, Josiah Kelmer, he's out. He's going to be back again next year. We hope we're going to see him at the second half, but we'll have to see what that injury entails and go from there. So we'll be back with the second half here shortly. Thanks for joining us on Tulalip TV. See you in a few.
Red tide is actually just an algae bloom. However, it can carry with it biotoxins and create sicknesses such as PSP.
During certain portions of the year, then that level of that biotoxin can get high enough that it can cause paralytic shellfish poisoning. The red tide term is because at some points there may be enough of that algae in the water to turn the water slightly red, but the majority of the time there is actually no change in the color of the water. Mild symptoms would typically include numbness or tingling of the tongue or lips. It can progress to numbness and tingling of the fingers and toes, to paralysis of the arms and legs, and then as the level grows even higher, patients can develop difficulty breathing due to paralysis of the respiratory muscles. Since these symptoms can develop rapidly towards respiratory failure, it's better to be safe than sorry and to go right to the ER where there is emergency medical staff, including mechanical ventilators that can keep people breathing even if they stop breathing on their own.
These beaches, these areas have never really shown to have intertidal red tide. And so now that ocean conditions are slightly changing and we're moving into a new normal, we've observed toxins. We've had to close beaches since January of 2018, and we're being diligent to sample and work with the co-managers to make sure the beaches are ready and clean and people can go back to harvest. Oh, you're driving?
Yep.
So where are we headed right now?
Camano State Park. Camano Island. These are good. Pretty good size, decent. A little small still, but we collect about 15 butter clams, bring them to the lab.
Every species of clam, mussel, oyster takes up and releases the naturally occurring toxins at different rates. The butter clams are notorious for holding on to toxins longer than almost every other clam.
This area, me and Mike worked here for almost 20 years, and we've never had PSP problems, paralytic shellfish poisoning, where it's like a red tide in the clams up in Saratoga area. And it showed up last year, so we're just trying to make sure the beach is clean and safe for tribal harvest. There you go. We got one sample ready to go to the lab. Throw it on ice.
The problem with the biotoxins is cooking isn't going to get rid of those.
Freezing does not destroy this toxin. The toxin can neither be smelled nor tasted. So if you are harvesting clams or other shellfish, there's no way that anybody's going to be able to tell just by looking at it or smelling it.
Camano Head, Island County, species we turned in, butter clam. PSP result 66, has to be below 80 to pass. Parts per thousand, 80. NTD means no trace detected.
These toxins, they're naturally occurring, so they've always been around throughout history. They're not going to go anywhere. There's no way to eradicate them, nor do we want to. Everything has its place in nature. Everything has its place in our environment, so they're there, and it's just our responsibility to work with them. Be responsible if you plan on clamming or going out for shellfish, just to give a look on the website, maybe see which beaches are better.
As you can see there, we saw Jordan Justice a second ago on one of his big runs. He had 3 rushing touchdowns in the first half, 1 receiving one and an interception. Here's two of them right there. Just great moves. He also had an interception in there. Here's another Jordan Justice to Gray. That was that reverse we were talking about. You know, we were talking about setting that up. They go after Jordan Justice, and there Gray has a big opening, and there's his score. I love it when my predictions come to fruition. It makes me feel better as a commentator. I was like, do I know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It just makes me feel better when I see something that I call out. If they need somebody beside Joe Buck, if Aikman ain't cutting it, maybe they could squeeze one of us in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll let you take that one.
No, I'll take Chris Collinsworth. Let's do that. Here's a look at the fans. Huge attendance tonight, as we mentioned earlier. Always is, always great to see. During halftime break, see all sorts of tribal members out there saying what's up, giving props, and really enjoying what we do also. So that's always nice to hear. It makes me feel good up here. We're here for the people, Drew. We're here for the people. Oh, Cody and his little baby. Jake Elwood doing a good job in the backfield today under center. Dylan Cook, Dylan Carson. Carson hasn't got on the scoreboard today, but boy, he's making an impact. He's all over the place and making some. I mean, it's hard. There's so many people to highlight, and unfortunately, because keep an eye on the ball, you're doing a great part, really highlighting our defensive players. They're making some great tackles, and those linemen and tight ends that are making great blocks too. Mm-hmm. So we notice you guys out there.
I sort of got a defensive mind for the game. That's what I played. So
there we go. We're about a minute and a half from starting the second half here. Chargers down 34-0 here. Really gonna need to get the ball moving. A big story for the second half at the beginning is gonna see if quarterback Josiah is gonna be back. If he's not, it'll be Caleb Blanc. Blanc was just put into a tough situation back there anyway. I mean, he didn't see anybody open. He was under pressure and just trying to make something happen. I mean, if you don't have any open players, you're either taking the sack back there or you're putting it up. And when it's counting down and you're almost at the end of the half and no points on the board, you just got to start putting it up and, things happen.
And he's probably getting the jitters out.
Yeah. Looks like Marysville-Getchell Chargers will be getting the ball first in the second half, so that's good news for them. This will be Edgar Martinez kicking off. Nice kick right in the hands of Marysville-Getchell player. Tries a little spin move early.
Another good open field tackle by Behar.
Yeah, I've been calling his name a lot, man. He's all over the place.
Especially on kickoff. I think that's 3 for him now.
That was an early spin attempt. I don't know if he just tried to juke the whole team early on so we didn't have to last second. He's like, you know what, I'm going that way, psych. Oh, here they are. Behar's been everywhere tonight on that defense.
Brings up first and 10 for the Chargers on their 20-yard line. One Charger fans, let your team hear you.
Dominic Wilson in motion, but he doesn't get the ball.
Swarm of Tomahawks on the run up the middle on the fullback. Looks like the quarterback didn't know whether he was going to hand it off or take it as an option.
Yeah.
Looked like he kind of held on a little bit.
And I called the wrong name. That was actually Aiden Vertigo in motion. But yeah, maybe some confusion on what he was going to do with that option there.
With help from number 35, Austin Diaz.
Everybody on the team's got the armband out.
2nd and 9 for the Chargers.
Hand off to the fullback, nowhere to go. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Number 48, Sharon Smith.
Lincoln Davis and Austin Diaz on the tackle.
Number 45, Lincoln Davis on the tackle. No gain on the play, brings up 3rd and 9.
Yeah, and tribe member Lincoln Davis, 5'9", 215 senior.
He's been doing good making tackles for loss.
It's always nice to see on their senior year really making something happen too. That's the year that you really want to make an impact or, go out with a bang. You know what I'm saying? Dropping back, got a man.
Oh, picked off
Big
Lincoln.
pick by the big man.
We
right
mentioned
after
him.
talking about Lincoln Davis.
Intercepted by number 45.
It's always funny when the big guys get the ball because it seems like they don't know what to do with it as far as the spike goes. He goes running and just tosses it over his head.
Ooh, good read.
Beautiful. I mean,
he's quick on his feet too. For a D-end, he's very quick and athletic. He read that
look who
perfect.
had it sniffed out anyway. Behar was over there. As you had mentioned before, Behar was ready to go. Right when his player gets the pick, it's all a free for all from there. So he just knocks the man down.
Yeah.
Salt in the wound on that play. But 40-0, trying to make it 41 here. Right through the uprights. He's got really solid extra point kicks. I mean, he missed the one, but I believe that was due to the penetration by the Getchell player. I thought it was going to be blocked, and it may have if it wouldn't have been kicked to the side a little bit too. So 41-0, 10:28 to go in the third quarter. He running down the field like Jadeveon Clowney. Oh, they're getting LeBron with their baby powder over there. Coaches on the sidelines having some discussion. I see someone over in the crutches on crutches over there. I'm not sure if that's Josiah Kilmer or not. Hopefully he's not on crutches. That was maybe a player who didn't suit up tonight, but we'll maybe find out for you later. And I guess even if it isn't something serious, they put him on crutches anyway for, just to keep him off it. So if that is him, hopefully it's nothing too serious.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's returning for the night though.
Yeah.
Been going with those squib kicks all night.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, nice tackle. Maro Behar again.
Dang.
I think he's had every kickoff tackle except for one. And this was a good one too.
That was a good kick. It just stopped right in its tracks. Boom.
And he's a wrestler. That was a double leg takedown, right?
Right. We believe that may be Josiah Kilmer. And due to 40 points, being 40 points up, it is a mercy rule and there's a running clock.
Oh, fumble. Chargers
He
land
may
on
be
it.
deemed down, or is it a fumble? That was number 7, Kyle Nyblad on the tackle there, 5'11" senior.
Who got his
Good
head right
hit.
on the
It is
ball.
out. Yep. Beautiful tackle too. Second and 13. See if Chargers can make something happen here. And a timeout called by the Chargers. So that does stop the clock at 9:03. See number 16, Dominic Wilson, getting taped up there on the sidelines. Protect his ankle a little more. They're about to get started. We mentioned Behar earlier. There's a couple Behars out there. Also got Mikey Behar, number 15. He's a sophomore, 5'7". Tried to cut it back inside.
Lincoln Davis on the tackle.
For a small gain.
He's having a good game on defense.
Yeah, just great fundamentals. Go low, get wide.
Oh, my mistake. They're calling it Taryn Pablo on the tackle.
Brings up a 3rd and 12 for the Chargers.
That's okay. They've been wrong sometimes tonight. Let's just go with what we say. All right, 8:26 to play in the third quarter. 3rd down and long. The big plays for Chargers have been few and far between. See if they can make something happen here. He's got a little bit of time. Decides to keep it. Runs out after a gain of about 9. It's going to be 4th and I believe about 3. Excuse me, about 4th and 5.
Surprised he didn't tuck his shoulder and try and get the first down. He looks like a bigger quarterback. And
yeah.
Not afraid of contact.
And they went further back and further back. It looks like it's about 4th and 6. The ref had his hand up and kept moving further back, looking at the other line judge. And we have a punt coming. This will be Dylan Cook. See if Cook can get a punt return today. They keep kicking it away from him with their squib. It's high. It's deep. Big hit. He stays up.
Reverse field. Got a couple blocks.
His first chance, and he's making it worth it tonight. He's making some big moves and gets down to about the 11-yard line. Huge return of about 50 yards down to the 10-yard line. Let's take another look at that. Thank you for the replay. Boom.
Oh, lost the ball. Didn't even see that the first time.
10 from the 11-yard line.
Look at this blocking. Who's up there? Great block by our man up there, Taryn Pablo. Or at least a number that looks similar.
Jay Gray around the end.
Cut it back up in.
Still chugging.
Getting help from his teammates. Everybody's pushing forward.
It's like a gain of about 8, 7.
We have about 2nd and 3. That was Jay Gray. Way to stay on his feet there. When people aren't wrapping you up, don't let just the impact take you down.
Number 10, Philip Maloney, and number 4, Landon Olson.
2nd and 4. It is possible for them to pick up a first down here and not score, but they'd be right on the goal line at that point, about a yard out. And who is this?
He's going to walk it in, Jordan Justice.
That's Jordan Justice.
Wow, he's having a game. 4 rushing touchdowns, a receiving touchdown, and a pick.
Big game for that young man. And as we mentioned, senior year, making the best of it, and boy, he is. That was a great fake, too.
Number 10, Edgar Martinez. On the hold, number 4, Jay Gray.
Our designated kicker, Edgar Martinez. High snap. Got it down and blocked. You know, even if that snap wasn't high, he was back there pretty quick because even when he took that high snap, he put it down pretty fast. There wasn't much bobbling with it. I think it was just a good block. 47-0, 601.
I almost wanted to say that last time.
Here's
that
a replay.
Guy's been close all night.
Yeah, look at that. He was right there. Just
I think he's the
block.
one that impacted that first one that he missed.
Mm-hmm. And I believe that's number 5, Tremarius Duff, if that was number 5, I think. Shout out to him. Chargers playing for some pride at this moment. I know they want to get down there pretty bad and put a score down. After the confidence last week, I mean, it was a loss last week, but they put up 13 points and kept the opponent to 14. Just a tough time for them.
Back to receive for the Chargers, number 19, Riley Chamberlain, and number 6, Garrett Devereaux. Kicking for the Tomahawks, number 10, Edgar Martinez.
There's number 22 right next to the kicker. Keep an eye on Mr. Behar, though, maybe the whole way.
Looks like he's their bullet player. He's the one that just runs straight to the ball. He don't have a kind of the
Right
free
down the
safety
center.
of the kickoff. That's probably why he's in on most of the plays.
Right.
Number 6, Garrett Devereaux. Chargers take over.
But boy, he needs to make moves on a bunch of dudes down the field. Ball slid right out of the hands of Tremarius Duff, who I just mentioned a second ago of getting the block. The ups and downs of the game. So we have running clock, 5:42 in running here in the third quarter, 47-0. Chargers 1st and 10, trying to get downfield. Bottom of the screen, 8 in vertigo. And they decide to run it for a very short gain.
Looked like he went in there untouched. I don't know, he got a little block, but read it just right.
That's number 55, Christian Gomez, 240-pound junior. Good wrap up there. That's that bruiser, number 48 in the backfield, Sharon Smith we were talking about. Gets it
Go right
again.
back to him.
Good run, close to a first down. Might be a little short. We'll see if they give it to him.
Be just short.
They're giving it to him. They're moving the chains.
Oh, wow. Way to keep his feet moving and
Yeah.
get those last couple yards out of that.
Charger first down.
Caleb Blanc takes a snap. Hands off again, but they were there for it that time.
4 Tomahawks there to wrap that one up.
Yeah. They say, fool me once.
Seems like them Tomahawks are getting back there.
Yeah, Sean Lespade, number
about every
72. 250-pound senior there. He had help of a guy next to him also.
Down by number 45, Lincoln Davis.
Sounds like Lincoln Davis was the one there helping him out.
Yeah, the Tomahawks have been in the backfield all night, making it hard for them to get anything going.
Absolutely. And on top of that, the coverage has been there on the defense. So even in they're penetrating there, the receivers aren't able to get the separation that they're looking for. Right, we mentioned they get just enough. And it's what we mentioned earlier, because they have that tight coverage. It's about that touch of getting it over the top.
I was just going to say, right as we started talking about it, found a nice little gap in the defense.
That's number 32, Max White, tight end senior. It's got to feel good for them. See if they can get downfield here and capitalize off of that. Maybe get MP to start getting on their heels a little, utilizing the tight ends instead of the receivers, and maybe you can start running it from there. But about a gain of 2 maybe.
On the carry, number 48, Ron
This
Smith.
drive, they're coming out with the fullback running the fullback dives up the middle. I think that's their third time.
Number 72, Sean Lespay, brings up a 2nd and 8 for the Chargers.
And I haven't seen enough of Caleb Blanc to know if he would be able to utilize the play action and then roll out the other way to see if maybe he can make something happen himself too, or if he has the same kind of speed Josiah does or not. Some good moves. Looks like we're going to have a first down here. Another first down. Makes a man miss in the backfield.
On the carry, number 33, Austin Byron.
That's Austin Byron, 5'9", 185-pound senior running back.
Just short of the first down.
Oh, just short. It's going to be an important play right here. Depending on what happens, it might make the next one very important.
Oh, fooled the defense there.
Almost didn't work because he got tripped up in the backfield too. It's like you fooled him and then might fall down. So he was very fortunate to keep his feet under him there. Good job, actually.
Pablo, but not before another Chargers first down.
For a second when he started stumbling, I'm like, if he doesn't pitch that to Garrett Devereaux, he may not get it. But he just had eyes down the field saying, I'm taking this one. 33 seconds left here in the third quarter. Nice cut back up the middle because there's nothing to that outside. Get what you can, take your losses, and get a couple yards out of it, you know. No, that's where the hole was supposed to be anyway.
Good.
Yeah, that was great.
Good shed.
Great defense by Lincoln Davis to shed him and just get inside for that stop. Contain the outside. You know where he's going, and you're leading the running back, and you're dictating what he's doing at that point, right?
Force him inside and get off. Yeah, that was a great play. He's been making plays like that all night.
It's those little things maybe you don't notice. Like, oh, running back took off and, he read it good. No, he kind of forced it by getting the outside first and said, okay, here's where I'm going to meet you. I'll meet you over there. Here's a highlight there. Big interception. Just holding it up, running around with it. And we were talking about the punt return. And it's like he hasn't got his hands on one all night. He hasn't had the chance. And look what he does when he finally gets it.
Yeah, he's been waiting for that one all night. You can tell he wanted to take it.
I thought he was going yard. Gets down to about the 10, 11-yard line there. And
walks that one in.
How many times have we said it?
Great blocking on that sweep play all night. He's had really, really good lanes all night.
Unfortunately, that last one of the last plays there to number 32, the tight end over the middle, was about the biggest play they've had tonight. There's ones that looked like they were going to happen, but there's just nobody open. I mean, the MP defense sniffs it out and has gotten picks due to it. Not just negating the first downs, but getting picks.
Yeah.
When Getchell's in field goal range 2 times. That's demoralizing when you're trying to go down there. Okay, we're going to get down there, and now we don't even get the field goal option.
Yeah.
And we're getting
Getchell's making a good drive right here,
Absolutely.
though.
I like this move. Oh, stumbling. Whenever they've gone deep on both sides tonight, both teams are having trouble getting separation from each other.
Corners are staying over top. They're playing good disciplined football, like the coaches both said they wanted.
Ball's pass incomplete. Intended receiver number 6, Garrett Devereaux, will bring up a 3rd and 8.
At that point, look how far MP's playing off him. I'd like to see a hook route. Get him 10, get them on their heels, turn around, boom, timing pattern. But if you don't have that much chemistry with this quarterback as maybe you would with Josiah, maybe that timing will be off. It's tough to say, but I'd like to see something like that just to get the ball in their hands, get about 8-9 yards.
Good defense by Cook.
Swing pass from Blanc, incomplete, intended receiver. Number 4, Landon Olsen. Defended by number
I saw
6,
the other
Dylan
player running
Cook.
out there. Not sure if that's going to end up being like a little wide receiver screen where he gets it and cuts back inside when he gets that block, and the block would happen. But it didn't have time to develop anyway, even if he caught it, you know. Because you're dealing with Jordan Justice out there anyway, you know. Fourth down. Puts it up. There's a man open, but it looks like it was batted down at the line.
Turn Pablo on the bat.
It looked like a guy open, standing there waiting for it. And
there's him rolling out like you asked. Maybe he might be able to do, and they tried it.
Yep. Big paw up there.
He's been having a good game too, Taryn, making good tackles.
Yep.
Been hearing his name a lot.
Out there at 34-yard line.
And he's blocking on the offensive side too.
Yeah, pretty impressive for playing both sides of the ball so well too. Dylan gets the handoff inside. Gets a couple out of it.
He's had to work for his yards tonight.
Yeah,
they
he
sure
has.
are reading that trap play.
They are.
On the carry, number 5, Dylan Carson. With
Matt right at the line of scrimmage. That was a good play on the defensive end.
Absolutely. So 47-0, 9:10 left in the game.
We have a new fullback in, it looks like.
This is number 19, Luis Soriano. And he's taken down about the line of scrimmage, I believe. Gaining one maybe.
Luis Soriano on the tackle, number 4, Landon Olsen.
Taken down by number 10, Philip Mellamy. Good tackle. So 8:21 left. New quarterback in. Got Jace Lutton. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. I hope I am. Luton, thank you. Jace Luton.
His brother actually just got National Player of the Week. He plays quarterback for Oregon State.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he went here and I played with him here.
All right, that's cool. Hands it off to 15, Mikey Behar. Another Behar wanting his name called tonight.
Looks like they got some younger guys in there getting some reps.
That's good to see with 7.5 out. Maybe be able to get some time in for him. Offensive line 6'5", 255. Big Josiah Frank down there. We got center number 73, Andon Merrick. Christian Gomez on the line too on the right side.
Handoff up the middle.
Good hard running there. Picks up some.
Number 25 on the carry, Darren Johnson-Jones.
Oh, that was fourth down. And it is the Chargers ball heading the other way. 1st and 10 with 6:32 left in the game. And they're on the 40. See if they can make something happen here. Handoff inside to the big man.
On the tackle, number 22, Mauro Behar.
Behar on the tackle. Second and about 7. Drops back, looking for the slant. Post pattern there.
Almost picked off.
Almost picked off by Taylor Hatch.
And intended for Landon Olsen.
He wanted that. Threw his hands up.
Third and 7 for the Chargers.
Yeah, that ball was also behind him, and he was covered too. Just tough because you're trying to find someone out there.
Still a good defensive play, though.
Absolutely.
Got that ball down.
Frazier McLean was there for it if he wasn't going to be. Quarterback keeper. Nice move down there for a first down. Moves the chains down to the 26-yard line. 26, 27 or so.
Number 28, Kendron King on the tackle. And that's enough for another.
Way to utilize his
first
blocks.
down.
.430 left in the game. 47-0. Handoff, nice cut.
Uh-oh.
That was a nice
have something
cut
here.
to the outside there.
33 around the end.
Made a move like he was going to cut inside, kicked it to the outside, and it worked out well for him. Boom.
They seem pretty
Utilized his
motivated.
man. Great block there by, is that 82? Dominic Andrews.
Like they're pretty motivated to put some points on right here.
Mhm.
They're making a nice drive.
Austin Bryant on the carry.
Second down and about 4.
Quarterback keeper.
Keeps it himself. Big stiff arm down within the 10-yard line, about the 6 or 7-yard line.
For another Charger first
He's on the
down.
8, excuse me.
Yeah, he's not afraid of contact.
Mm-hmm. I believe we have a first and goal for the Chargers here. I believe that's the first time we've seen tonight.
With help from number 34.
Look at Caleb Blanc coming out here and doing his thing. See if they're going to stick to this running game. They are. He picks up a couple.
Number 48, Sharon Smith up the middle. Picks up a couple of yards. Brings
Looks
up
like he hit a
second
brick wall
down.
right there.
Mm-hmm.
Number 31,
Number 19, Luis
Daryl
Serrano
Callisto.
on the tackle.
Waiting for the play to come in. Man in motion. Handoff inside. Down to the 1-yard line.
48, Sharon Smith
2 minutes left in the
just a little
game.
bit short.
Gets down to about the 1-yard line, it looks like.
19, Luis Sariano.
And you know Getchell really wants to put points on the board right here.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that, or get that 0 off the board, at least 3. And you know MP doesn't want to let him either.
That's true. It's coming down to the wire. It's 3rd and goal right now on the 1.
Wouldn't be surprised to see that same play. Oh, quarterback keeper.
And he's in for the touchdown. And Marysville-Getchell Chargers have a touchdown.
Caleb Blanc on the touchdown.
Crowd goes wild. Caleb Blanc started getting a little more, I guess, confidence going into this quarter. You know, at first with the passing wasn't going so well, but I mean, only so much fault of his own. I mean, it's tough to get separation, be able to thread the needle, get the time to throw it.
Well, not only that, come in and get reps at quarterback. You know, I don't know how many he's had this year, but
right. And I really like the fake handoff because that's just always, it makes him think that you're always dealing with two running backs back there. You're just not like, okay, which hole is this running back hitting? That's all we have to worry about. You know.
Kick is good.
Extra point is good. 47-7 ball game. 124 left in the game.
Started moving the ball good, just a little too late.
Yeah.
Needed that in the first half.
If this was first quarter, well, it's all about, look, they're having a good time out there anyway, and they're just really happy their team put up some points on there too. So it was nice to see. Hopefully Josiah Kilmer's doing good, and hopefully we'll see him out here again soon. So with 47-7, Chargers are about to kick off. I don't know if they're going to get crazy here and try to do an onside kick. I think you just kind of put it down there and let the game play itself out from here.
You never know, though. With a rival, they might be wanting to
That's true.
put some more points on the board.
I know I'd do it. I'm also a dang fool.
Back to receive for the Tomahawks, number 1, Taylor Hatch, and number 4, Jay Gray.
Number 1, Taylor Hatch is deep, along with Jay Gray, number 4. I don't think they're expecting a deep kick, though. They're both moved up pretty shallow.
But they've been getting them short ones all day. It's kind of squib. He tried to put it over his head, and Gray's there. Bounces off him. Scoops it up. And he gets to the outside around the 33-yard line or so. Not bad after loses his grip on it there.
Got a couple blocks there.
Great block by number 2 out there, Jordan Velasquez, putting a couple blocks. Probably helped him for about 10 more yards there. 1:09 left on the clock, and that'll be a rolling clock once we hike the ball here. Oh, ball's on the ground. MP picks it up, though.
Picked up by Mikey Behar. Good awareness to grab it.
Yeah, I was about to say, are Chargers going to get another chance? Say it isn't so. Let's see who poked this ball out here. Oh, that was a good job. That's number 10, Philip Mellamy, knocking out of the hand of, I believe, is that number 26, Willie Celifus? 25 seconds. Probably get 1, maybe 2 more plays off. This will probably be the last play here of the game. And they just kneel it. 47-7 is the ball game, Drew. 7th win in a row by MP.
They came out and dominated.
Yeah, who was the big man out there today, man? Tell us about that.
Jordan Justice, he had a great game. 4 rushing touchdowns, a receiving touchdown. Not only that, a pick. You know, Dylan Cook made some good plays. He had a pick as well.
Number 22, man, Behar out there doing his thing today.
He was a kickoff king today.
Not a lot of stuff that you're going to see on the stat sheet. I mean, obviously tackles and stuff, but he's doing all those little things that are just big on the game. When you're tackling people so far back on their own starting field position is way further back. I mean, that's just a huge factor that people don't take into consideration.
And not only that, continually making open field tackles, those aren't the easiest thing to make. And when you're making them almost every single time.
Exactly. How many of those were solo? Or it's just a matter of also getting the read on the defense, too. You're out there on your own, and you're having to read somebody else, let alone them already having the ball. So you could join us on Tulalip Broadband, Channel 3503, TulalipTV.com, Tulalip News Facebook Live. You could search for Tulalip TV if you have a TV supports Roku or Fire TV. Your Tulalip TV app on iOS or Android devices. A couple weeks from now, you can catch us on Friday, October 25th, MP versus Arlington. Arlington will be hosting. Should be a great game. Thanks for joining me in the booth today, Drew.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I had fun.
Nice to have some alumni up here, a little more knowledge on certain parts of the game and the players. So that's always nice, refreshing, and I know people like to hear you. So
yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity.
Absolutely. All right, thanks for joining us on Tulalip TV. Have a good night, and we'll catch you in a couple weeks.